Hey y'all, Fandom D saying here. I'm going to be reacting to Legacies Season 1, Episode 7, so let's get to reacting. Seeing his name.
Cassie.
Okay.
Cassie, isn't that your...
My girlfriend.
Maybe some more details of how she actually died.
The roads were bad. It was wet and then dark. And I heard this voice telling me to open up my eyes, and then I was here.
Okay.
She
Well,
died.
this is gonna
She
be
doesn't
really
completely
hard for
know
you to
that.
understand, but those memories you have, those are from 2 months ago. You were in a car accident. You didn't survive.
There's nothing about a specific necromancer, so whoever this dude is, he's been erased from history like every other monster that comes looking for the knife.
Pretty much.
Tomorrow's my day off, so it might take a minute.
Evil never takes a holiday, Dorian.
Well, every year on Remembrance Day, I do.
You have a powerful scent of death on you.
Oh, she does.
It's quite lovely, really.
I thought maybe we could talk.
Come on, why you unchained him?
It can't be a coincidence. You're all coming after the same thing. Communicating in some way, so who's pulling the strings?
I am no puppet. If I return the knife to Malivore, I will be free.
Of what?
The blackness, the void, the empty
Do you
oblivion.
ever just say things once? And more importantly, do you know how to get there?
Only that the knife will lead me.
Damn.
That symbol represents what you say has happened to me. It means no one remembers you. No one celebrates you. No one mourns you. Loosely translated, it means permanent death.
There we go. Got one clue.
I need a shower.
It's not a problem.
And then I'd like to get to the bottom of how you murdered me.
Okay.
But you don't remember who killed you.
No, although that's not uncommon. The subconscious has a way of protecting the mind against the trauma of death. I'm gonna take a walk through my subconscious. Ho, ho, ho. Well, that's your own peril, my dear. Just not sure you're quite tall enough to ride the scary ride.
Challenge there.
Powerful vampire, Andy.
This guy that brought her back. Do you think that we can convince him to let her stay?
I'd like to help you out. But as soon as I can figure out how to kill him, he's out of here. And likely her along with him.
But while I'm on the surface of his mind, heroic, like, I'm plunging you into the deep end. Holy Mary, mother of demons.
Hello, Milton. Your great Nana Imogene is waving hello just over your shoulder.
You can see my great Nana?
Oh, I can see everything. She's most disappointed in you for forsaking Jesus.
Hands. Now I look into your eyes. Open your mind to me, like lifting a window to let the breeze in.
She in.
Spent half my childhood here.
Yes.
In New Orleans.
So, I spent a good amount of time here before the 1920s. Your father was good for my business, always killing people.
How do you know about my dad?
Well, he's standing right behind you.
Oh, come on. Why you gotta tease us like that?
But his spirit is all around you. You want to know how your dad is, or should I say, where he is?
No, no, I don't.
Sure you do. Oh, clever girl. May I present the door to my subconscious? Well done, you. Ah!
Really? Okay. Round 2.
And you said you didn't like mind games.
Oh my gosh, how many flight of stairs is that?
It was storming and it was raining and the road was slick.
And?
And I took the turn too fast. The one you're always yelling at me about.
But that's not why I'm dead, Roth. And you know it.
That's not why she's dead?
It was my fault. I got pissed because I didn't medal. And then I thought my girlfriend was flirting with the guy that beat me. I got jealous and I picked a fight with her. And then all that anger stuff started building up. That stuff that I can't control, Dr. Sauceman. And then I started yelling at her. And then I took that turn too fast. And she's always telling me not to take the turn that fast.
Come on, man. Let her out. She's scared. Come on. Let her out, man.
Gosh. This is all part of the plan?
I forgive you. Now leave me alone for a few minutes. I want to stand in the sun.
You got your answer.
I need to know that he's not alone. Because I can't live with myself if he is alone. No one should ever have to be alone like this. Please.
Oh, hey.
Don't hate me. Get me out of here.
With pleasure. Oops. Daddy's home.
Hopefully we got some information about this Malivore, whatever you call it.
People get hurt if I'm weak. So feed me blood. Feed me whatever it takes.
Hallelujah. The prodigal son is returned.
This may not be good for you,
How could you
MG.
be so? That thing is a master manipulator. It resurrected my fiance. It raised a cemetery of zombies and it brought back Raphael's dead girlfriend. So let's just talk about the ways in which it could torment you. Starting with your dead mother, ending with your dead father, and how about all the ghosts of all the people that you killed in between, huh? I can't believe you would do this.
Don't do that. You don't like that I broke your rules as a headmaster? Fine. Punish me. But don't you dare play disappointed dad because you were not my father.
Oh, I know that. And where are you going?
To finish what I started.
Like hell you are.
Put on that there.
Okay. Oh, that was an interesting scene.
The omelet station right here. There's the seafood tower. Chocolate fountain.
No, gotcha.
Interestingly enough, that which I seek is that which did me in. I heard the remarkable story of Malivore, created to wipe the scourge of the supernatural off the face of this earth. It was in Malivore that we were left to perish, until recently, when the knife started beckoning us to bring it home.
But why a knife?
Decades ago, Malivore was contained. 3 locks created to seal Malivore shut. The knife is one of those locks. When all 3 locks return home, Malivore is free to open its jaws of death once again.
Okay. Slow down, buddy.
He ain't slowing down.
MG, dude's not that big, okay? It's enough. MG, okay, calm down. MG,
Damn.
Retrieve the knife your friend Dorian had hidden behind the stacks in the library. But while you were trapped in just a small semblance of the blackness I suffered, experiencing just an ounce of I was busy doing what I do best. There's a line of Bennett witches buried in the local cemetery that excel in the art of mystical transportation. I summoned a little help to ensure the knife returned to Malivore quickly and without incident.
Damn.
As for your father, he watches over you every day. He did die with love in his heart, and he doesn't regret his choice.
New she knows.
But he won't find peace until you do. Good luck with that.
Alright.
is destroyed. One lock is released.
You know why I was at the cemetery today? Why I take this day off, only this day off every year? Is because I am honoring my father and my little sister, both of whom were murdered by the very vampire whose memorial library we are standing in right now. Do you even know what a Ripper is? Do you? A Ripper is a vampire who is driven by obsession, who lives only for the gratification of their deepest desires. A Ripper will feed until there is nothing left to feed on. And then they'll move on to the next and the next.
And that's MGN.
Do you know what kind of vamps are susceptible to being Rippers? If I was taking bets, I'd say an impressionable, obsessive, clinically ADHD, horny little kid like Milton Greasley.
Landon's in trouble.
No. No. So, not gonna lie, that was a good episode of Legacies, just finishing up the subplot of the Necromancer as well and giving us some, nostalgia of not only Klaus Michelson, but of Stefan Salvatore, and how they tie Stefan Salvatore to Dorian because, hell, Stefan Salvatore, whose name was like the first thing, we saw a close-up within this episode, and it was like, oh yeah, Stefan Salvatore, one of the Salvatore brothers that we knew from Vampire Diaries, but also the one who ended up killing Dorian's sister and father, and at times, I'm watching this, I don't, remember that, and then you get moments like this, and, memories of hearing yeah, he confronted Stefan. I think it was in season 8 of Vampire Diaries about, oh, you killed my sister and father. And of course, I believe Stefan remembered it as well because he pretty much remembers the names he writes down and thing. But because after he kills people, he writes it down as the thing that he pretty much adapted. And and that's the reason why when he mourns his family on this day, he doesn't pretty much stay here because it's pretty much the place's previous owners was Stefan. So it's and also because Stefan was a Reaper, it talk about someone else being a Reaper underneath the roof of the damn place, and it was damn MG. It's I remember it was a comment. I'm not sure if it was the last video or some video of my reaction where someone's I hope MG doesn't end up drinking blood because he might end up a Damon type character or something. But I'm hey, for all we know, he can end up like Stefan Reaper mode. And then someone was you spelled Reaper wrong, fan. And I'm okay, my apologies. There's been a while since I've seen Vampire Diaries and wrote the word Reaper. Come on, give me a break. But just that, I won't be surprised if MG's the only Reaper underneath that damn roof. There probably are others. I'm not gonna say all of them, but probably others as well. And again, that's why they're not drinking human blood. They're drinking blood from damn animal rabbits and other freaking creature that comes along. Well, not creature, because again, there's a whole bunch of supernatural creatures this damn season, and we're getting more about the Malivore, not Malivore. I don't know. Y'all know the M word I'm talking about, as well as the knife, where pretty much is one of the keys that pretty much is locking Malivore. It kind of reminds me, because the whole plot of where he was it was created to wipe the scourge of supernatural creatures on Earth. So I'm just guessing maybe vampires and, werewolves and witches are there too or something. But then again, I think a witch probably was one who created the whole thing, because it kind of reminds me a bit of in the Vampire Diaries, for those who don't know, again, just watching Legacies for the first time, we are introduced to the Phoenix Stone, which pretty much was a prison, because it was a huntress, female hunter, who actually she was the daughter of one of the original, that Brotherhood of Hunters, I believe it was. Again, it's been a minute since I've seen Vampire Diaries, where she was given a weapon because it's with that sword along with the Phoenix Stone. Once she kills a vampire with this, or anyone actually, really, I think anyone could. I'm not sure. I think she has to do it, or I think anyone could do it, but I think she has to be the one who does it. Again, you have to correct me if I'm wrong. And the soul of that vampire who she pretty much stabs with goes into that Phoenix Stone, pretty much, goes in, their personal hell, pretty much. And it kind of reminds me a bit of Malivore, because again, once you kill someone with that dagger, but then again, there's no stone there, but they pretty much go to Malivore where they pretty much in darkness, a permanent death. And it kind of truly is a permanent death, because there's that saying like, oh, you don't truly die until you're forgotten. And pretty much with all from the dragon to necromancer to that, arachnid, I think the dryad, and probably whatever other creature you're going to see this season, where we thought that they were just simply just myths, but no, they pretty much, were alive and whatnot. So it's like, oh my gosh, like again, this is going to be an interesting thing, because it's like, we already see someone is pretty much has a next target, and it is Langdon, since we saw her mother, with that whole pendant thing that's similar to that symbol, which the necromancer was like, damn, that's pretty much a sign of permanent death here. Like, oh my gosh, what's gonna damn happen this season? It's like, come on. I really hate mid-season finales, because they always leave us with a cliffhanger as well as some information that we want to know more how the season's going to end. But no, we still don't know why. Every other freaking thing, it's like we still don't know what's the whole thing with Langdon yet. We still don't know, okay, it was created, but who exactly created all this other stuff? Again, we saw Necromancer, well, we didn't see, he told us, like, he, conjured up the person who pretty much did it, their spirit or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, come on, I want to know more, damn it. Like, now we pretty much gotta wait till, 5 or 6 weeks or so, until we get some more answers, like, oh my gosh, though, but inevitably, this season's probably gonna be renewed for a season 2, so when it does, hopefully they'll inform us sometime soon, probably when the show is coming back, so I don't think they're gonna announce it when the season is over, per se. I think they're probably just going to hype it up before it gets renewed or so. Not before it gets renewed, before the season ends. But then again, since I think this season's ending in, March, maybe? I don't know, because it's only 16 episodes or so. So probably during the time when, Supernatural and the other shows are getting, renewed, they're probably going to announce it then. Unless they want to just, pull the cat out of the bag. Oh, by the way, we're being, renewed. Because I remember what, whatchamacallit, the 100, they got renewed after the second, third episode air. I'm like, what? how is the freaking show got renewed? We're not even down nearly, we're still in the beginning of that season. So hopefully during this break or beginning of the second half of the season, they pretty much tell us if this show gets renewed or not. Hopefully sooner than later, because I gotta know, because I'm intrigued. I'm enjoying every single episode so far. So far, it hasn't been an episode so far that I'm just like, nah, hated it, wish I didn't react to it, but I'm still entertained. Like or dislike the video, comment below what you guys thought of the episode. Again, I don't know how you guys continue to listen to me rambling. I am Fandom, saying, and I am signing